and these laws that we acted, if they become useless, it means automatically our role as lawmakers is totally useless. If the laws that are written and enacted by this other body cannot be respected, it means that we do not have our raison d'etre. Wow. I will go back to say that with great concern, that I observe that this administration is treading on a path that is dangerous. Few weeks or months ago, I witnessed the issue of tenure officials, and I was fortunate to have been part of.
Honorable, the incoming opinion board.
So, Honorable Speaker, my point is the evidence that finds this administration is not taking the rule of law seriously. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of tenure officials, but the administration found
the
a way
time
out.
has expired. Honorable Flomo. Honorable Flomo. You don't have time to give.
I will take my time.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Let me say thank you to my dear colleague for raising this issue. But let me also say that we need to look at the issue critically, and we need to look at it with sensitivity. Because in our budget law, specifically section 8, we authorize the executive to use at least 25%, of the road fund to procure equipment, road building equipment. So it means that we should not be seen out there as people who are against this, but people who initiated the effort. Even though we initiated the effort, I think in the spirit of rule of law, the rule of law, representing one of the arrows in the rest of the agenda, the needful has to be done. And so I'm reminding the public so that they can see this other body as being against the purchase of the equipment, but the one that initiated it by the fact that in the current budget law, the section I quoted empowered or requested the executive to purchase equipment on our behalf. But the point our colleagues are raising, which I stand by, is that the needful has to be done in line with the rule of law. Thank you.
The time of the gentleman has expired. Honorable Bility.
Our Speaker, our Deputy Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, the issue of the yellow machine is a case of government attempting to blackmail the legislature. We all know we want development. We all know we want yellow machine. Some of us were elected because we want yellow machine and fix roads. No question about that. By the end of the day, this government came into power under the campaign team from rule of law. And it has blatantly violated that. For us to be justifying the violation of our laws for which we are here to uphold and protect in the name of development is going down a slippery slope. Machines have been brought into the country. We don't know who is fault. what it is for. Sooner than later, you lawmakers will be blackmailed to pass executive laws in return for machine going into a district. That's true. If you pass the machine here, just like that. The second thing, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, please, we are aware of the cost attached to that machine. We know what machine is supposed to be bought for. So because we want machine, then we should allow machine to be bought to the extent that hospital cannot be taken care of, and school cannot be taken care of. So our children don't go to school. You're disturbing me, you want to disturb me.
Let's not trivialize a very serious matter.
No, let it continue.
Honorable Ability has the floor.
At the end of the day, we have to uphold the rules of law. Honorable Speaker, the issue of yellow machine coming to Liberia, there is not a single lawmaker in this chamber that is against it. We are all in favor of it. But let us insist on the rule of law. Therefore, when we want people to answer, our honorable colleagues have asked that we send for 2 ministers, but they still also border and procurement. The corps of officers to report to us must also include a PPCC director, because we have been told that there are attempts to even backdate this process. So let him come here and talk to us on the oath. And let us also call the acting minister of finance to come. And let us also call the business of serious national issue, where we hear that $80 million United States dollars is going to be spent on equipment that I know can cost a fraction of that amount. Therefore, this bill was before here.
Honorability, there's several speculations going on by you. I think there's a motion.
Always people are not speculating, sir. I'm here speaking for the people of Liberia County, the 7, and I need to be heard.
And you are being heard. In concert with, you have to understand there has been a motion passed to invite these 2.
So I'm asking additional means because
the motion has already been carried. No. You can do any new motion, but go proceed. Proceed on ability. I'm advising you to stay within the parameters.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, I'm asking all of us, those who are for machine, everybody here for machine, including myself. Yes. I want us to make sure that our laws are protected, that we were not elected to make rules, we were not elected to do anything, we were elected only to make and protect the rule of law. That's our job. That's why you have the executive to do the work, and our job is to, we must protect the law.
The time of the journal has expired. Honorable
My time expired, but you're letting you.
Honorable Banks, Honorable Flomo, then Honorable Foco, then Honorable Famula will be last. Honorable Banks, I didn't see your hand. Honorable Sibo will be last. Honorable Banks, your hand just came up.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues, please, I'm asking Honorable Ability, when he's speaking, advise that he say ability. All of us.
He said he was speaking for the people of district. He said he was speaking for the people of district. Honorable Flomo. Honorable Flomo.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, distinguished colleagues, sorry. I want to say this clearly. We have invited the officials responsible for this machine. But I want to urge all lawmakers. The Liberian people are looking at us. In the past, there have been so many corruption in this country. Any attempt by lawmakers and citizens to deprive the Liberian people of this equipment. The Liberian people will go completely against us. It must be clear.
He is not out of order.
It must be very clear.
We are looking at the constitutional issue.
Before you give the mic, the house will be in order. The house will be in order. The house will be in order. No, your time has expired. Yes, your time has expired. Honorable Famule. His time has expired. Honorable Famule. His time has expired. Honorable Famule. His time has expired. Honorable Famule. Honorable Don. You have your seat. Honorable Don, have your seat. Honorable Famule.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues.
It is wrong.
The time of the gentleman has expired. Honorable Famule. Honorable Famule. You need to stop. You need to stop. Honorable Famule.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberian Constitution provides for the executive to negotiate on behalf of the government. The constitutions provide that authority in the president to negotiate. The essence of negotiating on behalf of the government is the prerogative of the executive. 58. The essence of ratifying treaties and agreements made by the executive is the prerogative of the legislature. We will not go in search of issues that are not been laid before us. The executive has not concluded with a negotiation that is before us that we say there is an issue of a real machine. We are not on fishing expedition. What is required of us is for us to await the official communication from the executive in terms of any negotiations that have to do with the real machine, that we as legislators who have legal standing,
Information denied. Proceed on the floor.
who have legal standing to query every step along the line. But we cannot in any way intervene while the executive is negotiating. We cannot.
Honorable Famule has the floor. Honorable Famule has the floor. By the man at the floor, everybody will I will close the session and after go and go to the administration. I will put the available. Honorable Kahaya, information denied. No, we were here, Honorable Famula. When you finish, everybody will go. Go ahead. Go ahead, Honorable Famula.
Mr. Speaker, we are interested in raising all of the legal issues when it comes to the issue of the yellow machine. But that communication, we cannot intervene when the executive is still negotiating. The law provides that the laws provide that the executive, you said what is required of us, Mr. Speaker, is that we will raise all the legal issues, all the procedural issues when we receive a treaty, a formal communication to us, as long as we can be able to pass on. Because this house will be brought to public dispute and in conflict with the public when it
No. Honorable Arthur Red is out of order. Honorable Famula, proceed. Honorable Famula, your time is finished.
Mr. Speaker, the essence of this yellow machine is something very important, and some of us who come from the legal county are very interested.
The time of the general has expired. Honorable Foko,
Proceed with this process.
Honorable Foko, the Honorable Colette.
I need a constitution.
The time of the general has expired. Honorable Foko.
Thank you.
You did it last. Honorable Foko.
Thank you.
Honorable Foko.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. You see, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues, I will begin
Honorable Foko has the floor.
So thank you, Honorable Speaker. I will begin my discussion to recite what I think is trending, not just for the national government, but in my mind, any institution on earth that begin her administration with cronyism and cancerism, that administration is bound to fall. I did not say the government. I did not say the government. I said any institution. I did not say government. I said any institution that begin her administration with cancerism and cronyism is bound to fall. I did not say Boakai's administration. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. So basically, Honorable Speaker, as I listen to the communication that was being read by the Chief Clerk from my colleague, my good gentleman from Lofa County, Honorable Kisi Colley, and a few days ago, I was at Boulevard Palace when my vehicle was stopped from getting on the main street just to realize that there were yellow machines being escorted by police, the police of Liberia, escorting those machines in the streets of Monrovia. When I listened to the information minister 2 weeks ago,
informing the Liberian people that the machines has been procured and will be in the country very soon. In no time, we saw some of those machines being paraded with, not just taken anywhere to public work if we are discussing development, not just being taken anywhere as the boss was taken to the executive mansion, 2 buses, but these machines were taken straight into the barracks. Taking the machines into the barracks, looking at the security implications. Honorable Speaker, the laws of this country, our friends at Fogo Jr., I do support and want development in this country. I need machines in this country, but the laws of this land must be protected. As my colleague, my dear brother, just said, that it is the prerogative of the government to go and negotiate for whatever the situation is, but the government has gone beyond negotiation. The machines are in the country, and we are seeing high level of arrogance, disrespect towards another body where government now is trying to incite the citizens against the function of this body. Honorable Speaker for the police, we should do away with sentiment. We should do away with partisanship. We should do away with personal interest, because there is no personal interest that supersedes the interest of the law of this country.
The time of the gentleman has expired.
Thank you.
Honorable Dixon Sibo. Honorable Sibo, I'm coming to you. You won't say, oh, I'll put you aside.
Thank you, Speaker, Honorable Sibo, Deputy Speaker, Police. I need to premise firstly on an exception made by one of our colleagues from Grand Bassa. The proponent of the letter, including everyone else who spoke up, we make clear that we all want development, we all want machines in the country. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, colleagues, I arrived in the country on Friday. On Saturday, I was in my district, in a very challenging area, finding crushed rocks, finding machines to make room. Oh, how I wish I had one of the machines. Because then my job would have been done easily, with less cost. So we all want machines. But Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, colleagues, in the face of no contract, in the face of no appropriation, in the face of no agreement, if we let this to slide, is the beginning of the demise of the legislature.
The time of the gentleman has expired.
Mr. Speaker, it's unfair to me, Mr. Speaker. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, I've been out here for days and I speak all the time. Yeah!
Honorable Yaka Koluma. Honorable Yaka Koluma.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Speaker, the leader also said that if anybody feels they will put the public against this house, wasting your time. These are things that we spoke about in the past. We talk about respecting the rule of law. And we see today the rule of law is being disrespected. But our government are withdrawn. And we will say the speaker, the deputy speaker, the government was not going by the rules of law. The rule of law of this country will be respected, Honorable Speaker. Our government, our leader worked in government for 46 years. And served on Manasari for 12 years. Honorable Speaker, this is a challenge to this house. This is a challenge to this house. In 4 months, for our rules to be disrespected, our law to be disrespected, but the veteran withdraw and know all the law and pass the 10-year position to see our law today be disrespected. All of the need that we want our roads to be clear. We want our roads to be, yes, we want our roads to be fixed. But we should follow the rules of law, the rule of engagement, how the materials should come. We cannot say the people are negotiating when the materials are here. Honorable Speaker, you need to leave a legacy. And we are watching you for the legacy, Honorable Speaker. This house cannot be used to disrespect the laws of this country.
The term of the gentleman has expired. Honorable Goshua.
I'm so sorry, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Goshua.
I'm so sorry.
You concluded.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished previously on all of our colleagues have said, I represent the electoral district 5 and Massachusetts, one of the least developed districts in the Republic of Liberia. We really do need a machine, just as everybody has said. But Mr. Speaker, this government operates on a measure of arrest. And one of the errors in the arrest agenda is for the rule of law. Mr. Speaker, this issue of the executive branch usurping a function of the legislature is a constitutional breach. It's a constitutional breach for which we cannot overlook. In as much as we need a machine, Mr. Speaker, when this government has finally decided to stop disrespecting the legislature and our leader and brought before us whatever documentation that they will have, then we will be able to take the appropriate action. But for now, Mr. Speaker, I would think that the issue, as our colleagues have said, let's invite those individuals involved. Let them say to us what has happened, and then we will be able to know how to move forward with this issue.
Okay, we are about to close the debate. We'll take Honorable Noah and Honorable Kamara and Honorable Paul. That's it. Kamara, Noah, and Paul.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Cabinet Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Honorable Speaker, the issues that have to do with this machine. Honorable Speaker, we want history to carry you in the right direction. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, if you listen to the people in the public now, some of our people are saying that the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker have been taken away on the issue of this machine. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Diabo, we want, as a legal practitioner, to look at our law and circumvent the law for their personal interest. We don't want you to be in history in a negative way. Honorable Speaker, this issue is very, very important. Like all of us said, everyone machine, I represent district number 14, of Summit District. We needed, if you were to ask me, we need those machines when I enter our district. But again, our law should be protected. History will remember us, what we do here. And Honorable Diabo, I want tomorrow that history be in the right direction, that a group of people headed by J. Fonati Kofa, Tin and Death, and Thomas Fala, the rule of law was protected and things were done orderly.
The time of the gentleman expired. Honorable Noah.
Fortunately, I'm talking for the two of my colleagues, so we have 15 minutes for some of them that they are not yet. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, fellow colleagues.
Honorable Sibo, when you were speaking, everybody was listening to you.
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. Mr. Speaker, like all the other speakers have said, we are at a crossroad. And some of us, as young lawmakers, who at the time we were not elected, we felt that we will change. I think the change should start from ourselves. When you're talking, some of your colleagues can be here and say, take it back. All of the day respects and everything will get it out there. It is some of us here. When everything we want to take our party side and want to put settlement into it, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you have the time to listen to radio, the Liberian people are against us. Nobody looking at the possibility of it. Mr. Speaker, I got a Sample National Park to even enter the town that puts the headquarters. You need machines to go there. Nobody will be against something that the procedure is correct. But what we are saying, given the fact that also we know that the executive has certain power, but if you overdo the power, that wrong is to allow people power, then they need to call you to attention. And that's what we are saying. No lawmaker here that is against the machine. But all that we say to our people, that the executive, and thank God to our bodies, those people involved should appear and explain to us, Mr. Speaker, in one of our debates here. You understand that it was speculation at the time we were talking, they said as speculation. Now the challenge and brought it is a physical thing that we can see. It is our time we are arrested to go to the intricacy and the veracity as to how the country will be committed. The country will be committed. Gentlemen, you can listen. I just went to Sino. When you go to Sino, normally you can pass through Sino to go to men's school, Mr. Speaker. We have challenges on the road. So one of the Sino people who are against machine. But not because Liberia civil food is rare. Then one basic man will go and see India and great reds here and will not ask questions. I'm just saying it as an example. So what we want machines, we want machines in a proper way and all of the rules and regulations will be followed. Mr. Speaker, are you saying Romeo Town now? Mr. Speaker, when you can even...
The time of the people of Sano is over. The chair has the floor. The debate is closed. The debate on this matter is closed. The motion was to invite the relevant officials. They have been invited. The chair has the floor. Let me say this. Honorable colleagues, the debate on this matter is over for today. I will say this. We were established as has been communicated by all of the members that there's a simple issue here for this body. It's an issue of the rule of law. This is not an issue about machines or development. It is whether or not the laws we make, we follow them in order to develop our country. And we will conduct this inquiry in a deliberate, in a specific, and in a unified manner without emotion. We will bring in the witnesses and get their perspective and their positions on matters. We will not overly speculate. We will go where the evidence leads us. According to the motion, Madam Chief Clerk, the witnesses are invited for Thursday. Next.
I have to make Councilor Speaker. Yeah. Speaker, how you recognize